Tren de Aragua violent illegal aliens are now recruiting children into their gang in New York City. Well, Tom Homan has declared he is willing to arrest anybody, even mayors or governors, that get in his way from deporting these people. Tom Homan blasts Denver Mayor Johnston. We agree on one thing. He's willing to go to jail, and I'm willing to put him in jail. Former acting ICE director and incoming border czar Tom Homan took aim at Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, who has openly declared his willingness to defy federal law to protect illegal aliens, including those with criminal records, from deportation under President-elect Donald Trump's administration. Mayor Johnston's controversial sanctuary city agenda has drawn sharp criticism for its extreme approach. Homan wasted no time pointing out the legal consequences of Johnston's actions, referencing Title 8 United States Code 1324, which makes it a felony to knowingly harbor or conceal illegal aliens or impede federal law enforcement.
Tom, you heard this mayor out there in Colorado. I want to get your reaction to it. And I want you to be clear about who has jurisdiction, the federal government or state and local governments. And if you're a sanctuary state or city, are you breaking the law?
You're absolutely breaking the law. All you have to do is look at Arizona versus U.S. You'll see he's breaking the law. But look, me and the Denver mayor, we agree on one thing. He's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail. Because there's a statute, it's Title 8 United States Code 1324 III, and what it says is, it's a felony if you knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. It's also a felony to impede a federal law enforcement officer. So if we don't want to help, that's fine. He can get the hell out of the way. But we're going to go do the job. President Trump has a mandate for American people. We got to secure this country. We got to save American lives. And I find it shocking that any mayor of a city would say, President Trump's been clear. We want to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats. I find it hard to believe that any mayor or governor would say they don't want public safety threats removed from their neighborhoods. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on in Denver, but we're going to go and we're going to fix it. If he don't want to fix it, if he don't want to protect his communities, President Trump and ICE will.
TikTok, Mayor Johnston. You want to harbor illegal aliens? That's a felony. You're going to prison. Trump's incoming border czar Tom Homan did not stop there. He's putting sanctuary cities on notice, requests DOJ to charge officials with obstruction and harboring for shielding illegal immigrants. Tom Homan took it a step further and issued a stark warning to sanctuary cities: comply with federal immigration laws or face severe consequences. In an exclusive interview with Just the News, Homan stated that officials who refuse to cooperate with federal authorities in the detention of illegal aliens could face serious legal repercussions, including charges of obstruction and harboring. Homan, the former acting director of ICE, made it clear that the Trump administration will not tolerate any attempts by local governments to shield illegal aliens from federal law enforcement. Homan said they need to be aware of a couple things. Number one, impeding a federal law enforcement officer is a crime. Number two, if you knowingly harbor or conceal an illegal alien from ICE, that's a crime, Homan warned. So don't cross that line.
We're going to enforce the law without apologies. And the day Donald Trump takes that oath, we're in the go mode. And if any government wants to stand in the way, go ahead and do it. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to be intimidated. The men and women of ICE ain't going to be intimidated. We're going to do our job the way President Trump has committed to the American people. We have a mandate, and we're going to do it.
Tom Homan is the man for the job for these historic mass deportations that are going to happen. President Trump is about it. Tom Homan is about it. Illegal aliens, women, children, men, all criminals that have illegally entered into this country thinking that they would get free citizenship by Kamala Harris. You rolled the dice and you lost. Tom Homan is coming for you, and this guy is on a war path. Well, the invasion does continue. As President Trump is preparing for mass deportations, illegal aliens are still flooding the open border as we speak as a last-minute ditch effort to get into the country. Texas DPS encounter hundreds of illegals, including unaccompanied 2-year-old minor from El Salvador. Texas DPS released footage of illegal aliens that were encountered in Maverick County DPS encountered over 200 illegals, 60 of which were unaccompanied minors. This is the human child trafficking operation. Perhaps more disturbing is the video of an unaccompanied 2-year-old from El Salvador who had a piece of paper with a name and a phone number. The little girl explained that she arrived in the United States by herself and claimed her parents were inside the United States.
Venezuela? ¿Sí? ¿Qué tantos años tienes? ¿Dos años? ¿No vienes con tu mamá y tu papá? ¿No? ¿Venezuela? ¿Para dónde vas, mamá? ¿Dónde están? Estados Unidos? Okay.
You see, these little kids are the ones that go missing in the United States. They get recycled, they get trafficked, they get sex trafficked into our country, and it's all bought and paid for by the US taxpayer. And it is conducted and facilitated by this rogue, satanic federal government under the Biden-Harris administration with evil NGOs that masquerade as some type of humanitarian effort. You have Jewish NGOs, you have Catholic NGOs, you have so-called Christian NGOs that all aid and abet this child human trafficking operation that is satanic and evil. These children are put with a so-called sponsor, unvetted in the United States of America, never to be seen ever again in this country. Additional footage in the following video show numerous unaccompanied minors that were encountered by the DPS. Some of the children were from El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras.
Tengo 17, soy de Salvador y voy para 38.
¿Tú?
Tengo 16 y vengo de Guatemala y voy a California. Tengo 16 y soy de Guatemala, voy para Cincinnati. 16 y voy para ¿Y de qué vienes? 17 de Honduras. 16 de Guatemala.
¿Para dónde vas?
Para Virginia. Honduras 14 años. Guatemala 15 años.
¿Para dónde vas aquí en los Estados Unidos?
Estados Unidos.
¿Qué parte vas?
Wisconsin.
Descansa.
Soy de Honduras, tengo 16 años y voy para Wisconsin. Soy de Honduras, tengo 16 años y voy para Johnston City. De Honduras tengo 16 años y voy para Virginia. De Honduras tengo 17 años y para la Texas. De Honduras 17 años para la Texas. De Honduras 16 años y voy para Nueva York.
Soy de Honduras, tengo 12 años y voy para América.
And don't let these unaccompanied minors fool you. They come from very violent regions of the world. They're raised in violence. All they know is violence. All they know is kill or be killed. And a lot of them engage in sexual assault and rape of their own people. That's why we are seeing reports of illegal alien children in New York City committing violent crimes and being recruited into Tren de Aragua.
The NYPD is cracking down on Tren de Aragua, the Venezuelan gang they say is living in the shelter system and recruiting children.
We have 39 members of TDA that have been identified, and we have an additional 4 members that have been identified of a subgroup called the Little Devils of 42nd Street.
42nd Street.
Yeah, those are much younger kids.
And those are just the members police have been able to identify.
We have no fingerprints on file for them. We have no photographs on file for them. We have no prior criminal history on them. They swap out their IDs. We have no way of tracking or knowing who they are when they enter the country.
The NYPD's chief of detectives says undocumented criminals as young as 11 years old are carrying out retail robberies and committing crimes on scooters, snatching people's jewelry, watches, and cell phones at gunpoint and knife point. Over 300 incidents last year, more than 800 so far this year. They've brazenly shot at police officers too.
When we do make arrests and we're able to charge them on 4, 5, 6 incidents, when they go before a judge in New York City and their arrest record is run, they show no prior criminal history. They're released on their own recognizance, they're not offered bail, and they're released back into the public.
These kids, they will be integrated with your children in school. And if they get into a schoolyard brawl or a fight, it won't be like your typical American schoolyard fight. No, these are violent. Even the children, the preteens and the teenagers, the minors, all they know is violence from where they come from. And when they get into it with your kids, you're going to find out the hard way. It will be brutal. It will be violent. And it could be death. Well, President Trump is making himself very clear when it comes to curbing illegal immigration. Trump announces 25% tariff on all products from Mexico and Canada until illegal alien invasion is stopped. Will impose additional tariff on China over fentanyl. President Trump on Monday evening announced a 25% tariff on all products from Mexico and Canada until the illegal alien invasion is stopped. President Trump stated on a Truth Social post, as everyone is aware, thousands of people are pouring through Mexico and Canada, bringing crime and drugs at levels never seen before. Right now, a caravan coming from Mexico, composed of thousands of people, seems to be unstoppable in its quest to come through our currently open border. On January 20th, as one of my many first executive orders, I will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States and its ridiculous open borders. This tariff will remain in effect until such time as drugs, in particular fentanyl, and all illegal aliens stop this invasion of our country. Both Mexico and Canada have the absolute right and power to easily solve this long-simmering problem. We hereby demand that they use this power, and until such time that they do, it is time for them to pay a very big price. President Trump also announced the United States will be charging China an additional 10% tariff on all of their products coming into the United States until the flow of fentanyl stops. Mexico has responded to Trump, threatening to reciprocate the 25% tariff. Mexico's new president reacted to the news Tuesday, saying her country would reciprocate and charge the United States a similar tax to import any goods into Mexico. So clearly Mexico wants the invasion of the United States to continue. And clearly they also want the importation of deadly fentanyl that is murdering and killing Americans in the United States to continue as well. I suspect President Trump is going to raise this tariff even harsher. Does Mexico actually think and believe that the United States of America is dependent on them to survive? Think again, Mexico. You're dealing with Donald Trump now. There's a new sheriff in town. My name is Drew Hernandez for the Gateway Pundit, and this has been On Watch with Drew Hernandez. I'll see you guys on the next one.